The pulp and paper industry could potentially offer many opportunities for synthetic biology. Current pulping methods create side streams that are mainly burnt in the mill. However, exploring how these could be turned into high-value products is of increasing interest. Today we will be looking at several examples of using cellulose, hemicellulose and lignin to feed microbes for the conversion of various end uses. The largest underutilized side stream of pulping is hemicellulose. Around 15% of the dry content of wood is made from these C5 and C6 sugars. These sugars can be fed to microbes to produce plastic precursors, food additives and various chemicals. In a previously published study, Merja Penttilä's group was able to turn the black C5 slurry into pure xylitol using modified yeast strains. You can watch the whole story of exactly how the strains were engineered on our YouTube channel after this seminar. We featured this story earlier this year in the VTT webinar on synthetic biology. In this study, the hemicellulose was from a fairly rare process. However, millions of tons of extracted hemicellulose side streams are burnt annually, and these side streams are the pre-hydrolysis of dissolving pulp mills. To understand more about this side stream and the biotechnological potential it bears, we've asked Pat Cavanagh to give insight into the dissolving pulp market and what the global volumes are like. Pat is an economist at RISI Fastmarkets, the leading pulp and paper market analysis company. They have very recently published an enormous 200-page report on basically everything there is to know about the dissolving pulp markets. So if anyone knows what's happening in this field, it's definitely Pat Cavanagh. So Pat, what is dissolving pulp mainly made for?
The largest end-use demand segment for the dissolving pulp industry is textile fibers. Cellulosic fibers have been the main engines of growth for dissolving pulp consumption over the past 10 years.
And how does the dissolving pulp market look now and in the upcoming years?
Dissolving pulp consumption grew at an average annual rate of nearly 7% over the past decade and reached over 8 million tons in 2019. We forecast that demand growth in the decade to come could easily outpace even the rates exhibited in the last 10 years. This places dissolving pulp easily among the fastest growing segments of the forest products industry, with significant upside potential considering the sheer size of the global textile fiber market at over 100 million tons per year.
What does this mean if we think about the volume of the hemicellulose side streams?
With respect to the annual potential volume of pre-hydrolysis hemicellulose side streams, it's important to first say that dissolving pulp demand is met from a range of sources. These include dissolving wood pulp, cotton linter pulp, bamboo, and modified paper-grade pulp. If we focus only on the dissolving wood pulp portion of the market, total capacity in 2021 is estimated to be about 9 million air-dry metric tons. Of that, 1/4 is softwood-based and the remainder is hardwood-based. If that capacity were to run fully, it would consume about 23 million tons of wood fiber. If we then apply the average hemicellulose content for hardwood and softwood species, we arrive at an estimate of about 6.5 million tons of potential pre-hydrolysis hemicellulose side streams. Of course, a range of factors can influence that estimate, including actual operating rates at dissolving pulp mills, market conditions for softwood and hardwood grades of pulp, and the precise species and hemicellulose content of the wood fiber consumed at each mill. The dissolving pulp study helps to unpack this problem by providing precise operating rate and production forecasts based on the performance of end-use demand markets, along with capacity forecasts by specific grade and process of dissolving pulp.
Thank you so much, Pat, for this valuable insight. And for all of you out there interested in this massive report, you can purchase it from the Fastmarkets RISI webpage. Bulk-grade cellulose is mainly produced by kraft pulping today. In this process, there is no pre-hydrolysis. Professor Olli Dahl from Aalto University proposes another method to extract the hemicelluloses, that is, in post-hydrolysis. This process would offer many high-value products and clean sugars not containing any harmful substances.
My vision is that we do not use pre-hydrolysis. Instead of that, we use post-hydrolysis. The kraft process itself remove all those nasty compounds, fat and resins, acids, turpentines. It removes them first. And finally, you have the pulp, which do not contain those things at all. If you don't use pre-hydrolysis, you can maximize the hemicellulose content in your pulp. And then the hemicellulose is very pure.
Olli and his associates hold the patent for AaltoCell MCC.
When you make MCC using, for example, AaltoCell method, you will get very nice streams of pure sugars. And these sugars are so pure that you can use them as such wherever you want to use it.
This compound is an interesting friend to microbially produced polymers. For example, producing PLA and MCC in the same mill would make a lot of sense, since they make a wonderful biodegradable composite together. For us at Synbio Powerhouse, new ways to collaborate with the forest industry is of highest interest, combining the solid know-how and long tradition of pulping in Finland with new biotechnological pathways of utilizing the side streams.